Most seasons, the race for best rookie doesn't include so many possible candidates, and that simply means the future of the NBA is very bright indeed. While we've got an incredible defensive stopper in Cleveland, a Swiss Army knife in Toronto, and a rainer of threes in Houston, the one player who's put together as much of the whole package as possible is my pick, and I'm here to explain why Cade Cunningham should win Rookie of the Year. No one seems to know exactly how tall Cade Cunningham is, but he definitely feels closer to 6'8" than 6'6", and it's his size and the pace he plays at that impress me the most, considering he's the Pistons' primary pick-and-roll ball handler. Just watch how he navigates a strong hedge by stringing out the retreat dribble, then using a quick back jab to get going on the attack, never letting his man get comfortable on the crossover, and then the beautiful off-foot layup using the glass. Here's the same kind of finish with the right foot jump and right hand shot, which is the high level skill that catches the defender behind the play when they're expecting a traditional 1-2 jump. He never gets going too fast, happy to keep his defender shielded on his side, and calmly but with strength riding all the way to the basket, going off both feet for a stronger finish, and soft touch off the glass. I like how the Pistons run a lot of handoffs and pitches into ball screens to get the defense moving, and watch how in control he is to put his defender in jail and then get to the left block for a nice lefty half hook. This misses, but I expect another summer of polishing to fix this. Here's another example of his craftiness to get into the lane without blow-by quickness after forcing the switch in the pick and roll. Terrific use of the spin move gets him to the front of the rim for another slick lefty finish. Again, he just needs a summer to polish these things up. He's also getting good at using flip screens by jab stepping to the middle before running his man into the step-up screen. I love the spin move here to get to the front of the rim, and here's another finish he needs to master this summer to take the next big jump to star status. Just the fact that he's willing to take so many left-handed finishes once he gets into the lane against the big boys tells me that he's already got a ton of skill. Defenders aren't going to be able to lean on that right-hand finish, and that guessing game will lead to a lot of buckets in what promises to be a very long career. And if we're talking extreme displays of skill, just check the finishes on these two pick-and-roll attacks. This stretched-out runner is the kind of thing we're used to seeing smaller guards perform, and this got me up out of my chair as he jump stops with his back to the basket and a shimmy to his left before doing a right foot turn into a short fadeaway. His shifty dribble is also a key to getting into the paint consistently. Check the subtle shot fake off the handle that gets him into a crossover downhill, and the jump stop, shot fake, step through reverse, my lord. Cade Cunningham has mastered ball handling by utilizing a lot of creativity with his training, and it leads directly to a lot of his success. If you're looking for that same kind of unique and creative environment that can transform your career, then you have to check out Skillshare. With thousands of online classes and members across 150 countries, you can find a subject you're interested in, unlock more creativity, and get inspired to put your new skills to work in impactful ways. I'm a big fan of Marquez Brownlee and was blown away by his class on achieving YouTube success. Despite doing well myself, I'm always looking for a way to take my channel to the next level. I love that viewers can add little notes to different parts of the video to help you retain key pieces of information. I can certainly use context to the stats I quote, and I've always tried to keep my tone as if I'm talking to a friend, like we're doing here, right friend? More and more people are thriving by creating their own careers, and Skillshare is a fantastic place to start that journey. The first 1,000 people to click on my special link will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So don't wait. Discover what you truly want to do and master it with Skillshare. Let's look at how Cunningham operates off-ball. The one area he's going to really need to improve is getting by defenders off the dribble. I love how he lifts his feet off the floor before catching and tries to attack right away, but he goes towards the strong side where there were 4 defenders already and right into his man before getting back into the lane but missing the off-foot floater. Here's another example of not having enough space on a crossover, and he actually gets stood up and the ball deflected. Again, here's a great split on the catch, but it doesn't get him an advantage, and he struggles to get by Bogdanovich before going to another jump hook that he can't finish. He's already figuring out ways to make this work for him, particularly because of his size. While he doesn't technically get by his man, he continues to leverage Derek White out of his position and then finishes nicely with a double pump lefty hook. One way to get easier drives is to improve his catch and shoot from 3. Right now, he's at 33.3%, which needs to go up to force defenders into more aggressive closeouts. You can see he's got a pretty low set point, but plenty of players these days have this, and it doesn't mean he'll get his shot blocked more than usual. There is a slight pause at this point that I'd love to see iron out so that the ball doesn't stop moving on its way up and out to the release. But I do like the aggressive rhythm dip as he begins straightening the knees into the jump. The Pistons have some guys like Killian Hayes and Saddiq Bey who can put pressure on the defense to open up shots for Cade, and he's got great rhythm here as he times the bottom of the dip to the right foot toe tap, and he maintains his form despite the close contest. But on this one, when he's got way more time, notice how the bottom of the dip is a tad too early, with a few frames still waiting for the right foot to plant. His feet parachute out, almost trying to will the ball to the hoop for fear of it being short. Here's another one where the arm swing is beginning upwards before the right foot plants, and his feet stay too far apart on the way down as he can't get proper energy transfer. But he nails the rhythm perfectly on this one, his feet stay closer together on the way down, and it's a perfect made shot. The next area we can look at is in transition, since being a big guard should afford him certain advantages in the open court. Check the nice skip dribble into lefty inside out that gets him into the lane, and then the creative double pump push through contact. He's got some speed that we don't always see, and I dig this running lefty hook shot as well. Bravo! Lest you think he's only got that shot with the left, here's another full speed attack on the right side with that same gorgeous shot off the glass with the right hand. When he decides to bear down on his man in transition, he can definitely get into that category only a handful of players are in. Unstoppable one-on-one on the break. The one area of weakness in transition that he must fix is his penchant for turnovers on long down-court passes. I love how he scans the floor and does look to get his teammates involved as much as possible, but he's got to learn how to decide whether his teammates are open enough to risk throwing a pass that will travel so much distance before it gets to the intended target. I do think it's an easy fix that comes with more experience on an NBA court, so look for this to calm down by next year. In the half court, however, he has great vision and can already make most every pass an NBA point guard needs to have in his arsenal, like this skip to the corner on time and on target out of the pick and roll. When they traded for Marvin Bagley III, he became Cade's favorite target and it unlocked both of their potentials even more. You can just see the feel Cade has for the game with all of these dimes to Bagley. So expect a rebirth in Detroit centered around this young core of players. Defensively, I wasn't sure what to expect when I fired up a bunch of his defensive possessions, but I was pleasantly surprised at his lateral quickness and, more importantly, the energy with which he attacked these possessions. He is physical, uses his hands well, and engages in a one-on-one battle with pride. Even if he gets scored on, he's making the offense work hard for these buckets. And when your best offensive player puts out this kind of energy on the defensive end, expect the culture around the Pistons to change rapidly. I can't see how this kind of thing doesn't inspire a lot more wins in the coming years. There are some changes needed around the edges for sure, but one more legit player to this roster means they'll be competing for the top of the Eastern Conference, led by none other than this year's Rookie of the Year, Cade Cunningham.